Imagine a world where one man controls so much gold that his generosity alone can shake entire economies. Now imagine another man shaping the future with electric cars, rockets, and a vision of living on Mars. Today we are comparing two powerful figures from completely different eras, Musa and Elon Musk. One ruled over unimaginable natural wealth while the other built his fortune through innovation and technology. But the big question remains, who is truly richer? Let's start with the modern-day billionaire. Elon Musk is known as one of the richest individuals alive today, and his wealth comes from revolutionary companies that are changing the world. He leads Tesla, which transformed the electric car industry and pushed the world towards sustainable energy. And he also leads SpaceX, which is redefining space travel with reusable rockets and ambitious missions to Mars. His ideas are not just about making money but about shaping the future of humanity. At his peak, his net worth has reached between $200 and $300 billion depending on the stock market. However, his wealth is mostly tied to company shares, which means it can rise and fall rapidly. One day he can gain billions and the next day he can lose billions. Yet despite these fluctuations, he remains a symbol of modern financial success and innovation. Now, let's go back more than 600 years to meet Musa, the emperor of the Mali Empire during the 14th century, a time when West Africa was one of the richest regions on earth. His empire controlled vast lands filled with valuable resources, especially gold. In fact, Mali was responsible for a significant portion of the world's gold supply at that time, and unlike modern billionaires, Musa didn't just have wealth tied to businesses, he directly controlled the source of that wealth. One of the most famous stories about him is his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca, where he traveled with thousands of attendants, dyers, and servants all dressed in luxury. He carried enormous amounts of gold, and as he passed through cities like Cairo, he gave it away freely to the poor and to leaders. The amount of gold he distributed was so massive that it caused inflation and disrupted the economy of entire regions for years. Think about that for a moment. One man had so much wealth that simply spending it changed the value of money. Historians estimate his wealth at over $400 billion in today's value, but many believe it was far greater and impossible to measure accurately. So how do we compare these two figures from completely different worlds? On one side you have Elon Musk, a self-made billionaire who built companies that changed industries and continues to push the limits of technology. On the other side you have Musa, a king who ruled over an empire filled with natural riches and controlled one of the largest sources of gold in human history. Musk's wealth exists in stocks, innovation, and future potential, while Musa's wealth existed in physical gold, land, and resources. Musk influences the future of humanity, while Musa influenced entire economies in his time. When it comes to measurable wealth in today's terms, Elon Musk stands